Recently, I had an experience with one of my twins, and it had all to do with being your authentic self and really, truly just being you, and how being you is incredible. So today's episode is literally everything about how to build and scale your business by just being you, and we're gonna hop into it right now. Mariah Curley here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent and coach, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about how to build and scale your business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week I drop a new video. I help and coach agents just like you build and scale their business. So if I can help you in any way, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. And this channel is for you. So if there are different topics you want me to cover, drop it down below. Feel free to email me, call me, text me, and I would love to shoot videos on things that you would like to see. So let's hop right into today's video. And this is literally everything about simply being you and how being you can be one of the most important things in building your brand and building your business. So recently we took our family, I've got 4 kids, and we took them on a trip, and we went to Florida. And when we were in Florida, we ended up taking the kids to Magic Kingdom. They had never been before. They were super excited to go. And I've got a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, and then my twins are 8. One of my twins is significantly taller than the other twin. One's a boy, one's a girl. And as we were going on some of the rides, and as we were, going and touring around the park and stuff, we go to one of the rides, and, my daughter goes right up to the little measuring thing, and she was well below where you needed to be, the height requirement in order to get on the ride. And so everybody was like, oh no, you're too short to go on the ride, right? And she looks at him, and she kind of like stands up a little taller, even though she still didn't hit the height requirement. She stands up a little taller, and she's like, I'm happy being me. Like, I'm the perfect size. And everybody kind of looked around, and she's like, yeah, I'm happy being me. I'm okay if I'm not tall enough to go on this ride yet. Maybe someday I will, but I'm okay with that because I like the size I am. And that honestly it taught me one of the most important lessons that day was learned from my 8-year-old little twin, And it really got me thinking about how this applies to life, how this applies to business, how this applies to everything in your life. And I think so often we as business owners, we try sometimes to show up as somebody that maybe is not us, or sometimes we apologize for being us and being true to us and, really just being you. And this got me thinking of like, she's not going to apologize for being, not being the certain height requirement to get on the ride. She's not going to think less of herself because she isn't tall enough to go on that ride, right? And so it really got me thinking too about how often we think like, oh, because of this, I can't do this, or because of this, I can't. But instead, being like looking at, us as it's okay to just be us. And we're going to build our business, and we're going to scale our business based on our strengths. So later on in the week, as we're, traveling, we're doing these different things, and we're hopping on airplanes. One of my other kids is really tall, and his legs are hitting up against the, the back of the seat in front of him. And he's like, man, this airplane, these seats are too small. Like, I don't have enough room. And here my little 8-year-old twin sitting there, and she's like, I've got so much room here. There could be like 3 of me fitting in this seat. And so it just gave me perspective too of like, sure, he's able to do this, and she might be able to do this, and like all these different things. And so really this message for you today is to tap in to the things that are strengths in you, strengths in your business and really strengths in your life. Once you figure out those strengths, really start to utilize those. So for example, if you are really good at coaching, at teaching, at educating, at that might be an essential skill that you can use with your clients. That might be something that you can start training and teaching and coaching other agents. Maybe you are a master negotiator and you are able to negotiate deals and you're able to whatever. Maybe you're a connector and maybe in your community, you are able to bring people together and you are able to create incredible events or whatnot. Really take a look at your skill set and examine that skill set and figure out, what do you like doing, right? What do you like doing? Because I know so often when people are building their business, they think, okay, well, this works for this person here. So because it works for them, that's how I should build my business. No. If you like doing certain things in your business and you're like, I love having community events, I love being the connector, I like showing up and I like doing those different things, do more of that. And if it's working, continue to do more of that because you're being your authentic self, you're doing what you love and you're doing what you enjoy and what's fun. I like to think in business, what if it was fun? What if it was easy? One of my business partners recently has been, talking about that. Have you ever thought about that in your business? What if it was fun? What if it was easy? What if you were showing up doing the things that you enjoy doing, right? And then you do more of it. And what ends up happening is people start connecting with you because they can feel like, oh, Mariah really enjoys coaching. Mariah really enjoys showing up for, she enjoys doing these different things. So she's going to probably keep doing more of it. Same thing if you enjoy doing certain, like, hey, you know what? I enjoy going on home tours and I enjoy posting beautiful pictures and, home tours for people, then do more of that. So build your business in a way that you are being authentic to yourself and it will be consistent with your branding. So in this way, kind of going back to my daughter and being the perfect height, even though it wasn't for this ride, she has so many gifts and so many skills that, that she leverages and that she uses and she taps into. And it just goes back to finding your strengths. If you're like, you know what, Mariah, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know where to start. I don't feel like I excel in anything. Here is a secret that I am sharing with you. And this has worked for me time and time again. And it really goes back to try something you think you're interested in. Here, secret is, so for me, social media was nothing that I, planned on doing. Second, it wasn't something I was good at. In fact, this is my secret. My husband, when we had first gotten married, he had told me, he's like, hey, this thing called Facebook just came out. You should probably start a Facebook account. And I'm like, you know what, sweetheart? Like, that's so nice of you. Social media just really isn't my thing. And he's like, well, regardless of it's your thing, like, you should just get a Facebook account. And I'm like, I'm in a pass for now, but like, thank you. Well, just like any good husband would do, he set me up with a Facebook account that very next day. And I'm like, I'm not going to post anything. Like, it's just not my thing. I'm not going to post anything. Fast forward many, many, many years. And here, my family and I, we had moved from a new state to a new place. I knew I wanted to rebuild my real estate business, but I didn't know anybody in the town or surrounding areas that we were living in. So I had to start fresh. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to give social media a try and we'll just see it. We'll see if it works or not. And honestly, I did not know what I was doing to start with. I didn't know what was going to work. I didn't know what wasn't going to work. I didn't know my brand. I just didn't know a lot of things. But here, the secret is just start. Start that one thing and do it for 90 days. Try it for 90 days and see what happens. Nothing might happen in the first 90 days, except for what's going to happen is you're going to start learning a lot. You're going to start learning about how to use the platform. You're going to start learning these different things. And as you start showing up as you and your branding, you're going to start thinking, you're going to start seeing in your business, okay, this is working, this isn't working, this is working. So pick something that resonates with you and try it for 90 days. See how it goes. And if after 90 days, you're like, nothing happened, I didn't learn anything or whatever, and this is not fun, pivot, try something that, might be fun for you, or try something that, and again, when you're in the learning phases, it's going to feel hard, right? It's going to feel hard in the beginning because it is hard, because you're learning, you're growing, you're doing all these different things. It's like the same thing. I remember one day I woke up and I told my husband, I was like, Eric, I'm going to run a marathon. He looks at me, he's like, what? You haven't run more than like 3 or 4 miles ever in your life. I'm like, I know, but it's on my bucket list. Like, I'm going to do this. And he's like, okay, like, I have no idea how you're going to do this. Well, guess what? You're going to just figure out a way. And here's the thing too. The first mile, the first 2 miles, like it's going to feel hard. Like those are the hardest part because you're struggling and you're going through all of that. And as you go through it though, you're going to start learning like, okay, it gets a little bit easier. Like by mile 4, after I'd been training a little bit, mile 4 felt way easier than mile 1. And then as my, training kind of progressed and I started working my way up to 10 miles and then up to 15 miles and then up to 20 miles. Don't get me wrong. Like when you're running 20 miles, it's like I wasn't feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel incredible. But it also didn't feel as hard as when I started at the beginning. So everybody starts as a beginner. Allow yourself the grace to start as a beginner. Try something on that is being you, that is authentic to yourself, and build and grow on that. If you are looking for a way to build and scale your business while being authentically you and you're struggling, you're thinking like, I just don't even know where to start, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I would love to chat and see where you're at in your business and where we really can take your business to, lean on social media, let it do a lot of the heavy lifting. And just remember, the more authentic you are to yourself, the more you are able to be you, the more you are able, what's going to happen is you're going to start being consistent with your branding. And then remember, what if it was fun? What if it was easy? And as you start taking on these new challenges, think if it's fun, if it's easy, all those different things, lean into what you're good at, lean into your strengths. And I'm telling you, you will be high-fiving yourself in a year from now going like, man, that was hard at the beginning, but now like I've started doing this, it's way easier. So again, if you are looking to build and scale your business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media, I hear from real estate agents like you all the time, and I absolutely love it. So feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and let's see how we can build your business the modern way. Take care and have a great day. Bye.